I'm going to share a story with you, and it's not one I've told everyone, but I have told it to a number of people. This is about me in Iraq, so you can see by this picture here that I have some war trophies. I was in Iraq in 2003 when the war started, and my unit ended up being attached to Task Force Tarawa. Okay. During that time, there was not as many resources available to U.S. service personnel as there are now. Okay. So any water we had on us, for the most part, we had to drink that. There is at least one time I can recall off the top of my head when we had to really ration our water, and there was a serious concern that we were going to run out before we could get resupplied. And so basically, we had to let some hygiene go. Okay, like we couldn't wash how we wanted to. We did try to make a makeshift shower at one place we went to. Found some scraps of stuff and, tried to make a stall and some kind of a spigot to pour the water through to make it come out like a shower. But any water we had, that we were minus that water to drink later on. So as you can imagine, we didn't get very clean. We did what we could, but we wanted to be able to drink and also stay alive, okay? So for 52 days, from what I was told, for 52 days, we were not able to take a shower. And during that time, some of us also ran out of toothpaste, me included. So, I got a bunch of cavities, okay? There wasn't a lot of sticks around to chew on. I know a lot of you are thinking, well, there's all kinds of ways to take care of your teeth. We're in the desert. We're in a third world country. We're patrolling, these just rundown streets where there's not a lot of resources. So taking care of your teeth was not an easy thing to do. Taking care of your feet was not an easy thing to do. My feet, at one point, the bacteria started eating these holes in the bottom of my feet. I've asked about this, and this is what I've been told, that was bacteria eating the holes in the bottom of my feet, and my feet felt like they were on fire. When I took my socks off, and I'm not the only one, and we wore every pair of socks we had. None of us had any clean socks left over. So all of our socks, when we took them off and the dry air hit them, they would get crunchy. And then when you put them back on, they would get like all sloshy feeling and everything from you sweating in them again. It was just gross, and it was very hard to get around, very painful to walk. Like I said, my feet felt like they were on fire. And that's because I couldn't wash them. There was literally not enough water for me to wash my feet and drink. It was like one or the other. So, every now and then I would try to wash my feet some, but then as soon as you put them back in those dirty socks, you're back at square one. And there definitely was not water to wash the socks, nor did we have, detergent and soap, at least not soap for very long. So after being, out on operations and everything for 52 days, we got to come back, and we came all the way back across the lines into Camp Commando, and we got to take a shower. And I remember, I think I was in that shower over an hour. We'll say an hour to be safe. And the whole time, the water coming off of me looked like chocolate milk. And it took more than one shower to get all that dirt out, okay? And this is where I'm going to start mentioning some of these things here. When you are out surviving, especially if you're near water, you need to bathe. You need to take care of yourself. Try to take care of your teeth as best you can. Definitely take care of your feet, okay? Because when your teeth and your feet go down, it makes things very hard for you to not succumb to, the elements and anything else that's going on there. It becomes a lot harder to survive. I recommend, if you can, you don't have to, but I do find something like this helps. You can get like a little tactical kitchen sink, okay? And if you read the notes on here, it should say, keep everything at least 100 meters away from natural water sources. Now, this is why I like having this, okay? Where you get your drinking water, you don't want to do your bathing or your cleaning or go into the bathroom or anything like that. So to be able to take 20 liters from where you get your drinking water, pull it 100 or 200 yards away, do some cleaning is pretty dang nice, okay? And for you to make a bowl in the wild takes forever, and especially if you want to hold 20 liters, that's pretty much, you're going to burn so many calories doing that, it's just not worth it. So get yourself one of these. This will help. If you're in a place where, getting shot or severely injured is a possibility, I do recommend having some Quick Clot. You need to address health issues right away, and you need to have a way to clean this stuff. Don't just be able to put a tourniquet on something or some Quick Clot. You have to have the means of cleaning that and rewrapping it, okay? There are plants that you can use for that. If you scroll through my videos, I make mention of some of those plants, and there are videos on them. One of them is called mullein, okay? Mullin's a good one. Boneset has some uses. Yarrow has some uses kind of like that. They're in there. Feel free to check them out. But basically, what I want you to pull from this is that if you are stranded somewhere and you've gone through your priorities of survival, your initial 4, which is shelter, fire, water, and food, okay, you need to start thinking about hygiene, okay? Hygiene, communications, things like that. You need to get out of there, but you want to make sure if you do see a helicopter and you got to run out and signal it down, that your feet are operational, that you're able to move and do stuff to draw the attention it takes for you to get saved. Or you may have to walk. You may have to walk out of an area, and if your feet are down, then you're probably not going very far. So these are things to consider. Remember, if you're out there, hygiene is a factor in survival. Don't neglect it, and feel free to leave some comments. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like. I appreciate every one of you that tunes in and watches this, and thank you very much for your time. Take care.